Hello and welcome to Down the Track. After a long time, I have with me as usual Mr. Abrar Aziz. Don, how are you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You enjoyed the test matches today? There were three test matches, 3 day ones today. Did you enjoy those?
Yeah. It was exciting cricket. Exciting cricket.
So I wanted to start with the India game. There was two selection surprises, one Rohit Sharma not playing and one Ashwin not playing. Do you agree with those?
Ashwin was very surprising because Ashwin had a county stint where he did well and everything. Ashwin was very surprising for me for sure, and it's nice to see that they gave Hanuman Vihari a little bit of an extra run in the team because he came in to fill that number six slot. So it would be harsh on him to not get a good run in the team before being dropped. So I was happy with the Hanuman Vihari decision. Ashwin was very shocking, especially considering uh, there are left-handers in the West Indian team, and Jadeja doesn't bowl that much to left-handers. So it was a little bit surprising, and Ashwin could be very useful to the left-handers. So that was a surprising decision for me. Yeah.
And considering Ashwin's record against West Indies in West Indies, he was the man of the series in the last series in the West Indies. Both with the bat and the ball, he's performed. I think he has average of 50 against the West Indies. And
Yeah.
wickets wise, he always gets because they have a lot of left-handers. He's always amongst the wickets, and I don't think he's done much to wrong apart from not being fit. Right. He didn't finish the Australia and England series because of fitness, which is an issue. But I think apart from that, he hasn't done much wrong.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure he's passed all the yo-yo tests before coming here, so he should be 100% fit. Otherwise, it's wrong to pick him if he's not fit 100%. And if he's fit, I just can't believe that they didn't take him in the 11 if he's fit and raring to go. He had a county stint. He did well. He's been performing well he did decently in the IPL, the Tamil Nadu Premier League. He's been doing well all around. It's just quite shocking. And Rohit Sharma, honestly, as much as I hate to say it, I think his time with the Test cricket team is kind of behind
Up
him.
and down, yeah, yeah. The
Five
problem
years
is
back.
some people were saying that he should open the innings, but I think because of his lack of foot movement, it will be very difficult for him to open the innings compared to someone like Mayank Agarwal or Rahul.
And we have the likes of Shubman Gill, Priti Shaw, and all of them waiting in the flanks. And I think KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal are a proper solid opening pair. So I think they have to stick with him. It's unfortunate Rohit Sharma with the kind of ability that he has. He hasn't made it big in the Test team, but I don't think he has enough time left in him. He may be playing Test cricket for 2 years, but if he's not a long term choice for us, so I think it's nice that they stuck with KL and Mayank Agarwal to go ahead and give them a long run, and they are our opening batsmen in Test cricket for the next 5 to 7 years, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, and also with the moving ball, I think Rohit would struggle initially especially if he's opening the innings. But
Yeah.
yeah, talking about the selections, this is something we've seen a lot under Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli. So the point I wanted to make was is this going to continue and these problems going to continue, or will Ravi Shastri now put a foot down?
Honestly, Ravi Shastri is not putting anything down over there, man. That's my biggest worry throughout his coaching career. It's just very sad. Uh, I don't think he's doing any kind of coaching. He's just a yes man to Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli wants to play Mayank Agarwal, KL Rahul. Virat Kohli gets to play Mayank Agarwal, KL Rahul. Virat Kohli doesn't like Ashwin. Ashwin is not in the 11. So it's all about Virat. I don't know. It's just quite sad. I mean,
The
uh,
problem is, though he's young, he's into the game, he will make mistakes like this. Like, he will make selection errors. But that's where the coach has to put his foot down, right? He has to give his opinion. Like, on the field, if he makes mistakes in terms of field placements, bowling changes, that's acceptable. But off the field, that's the coach's job. He's getting paid to help you with these team selections and strategies going into the game, right? If Virat is handling both things, it's too much. It's not going to help him or the team either.
And I completely agree. I think some serious steps need to be taken. I'm very surprised he got the coaching role again. Although it was more or less predictable, to be very honest. But it's very sad that he actually got it.
But I have a
I
question
was
on that. Is it
Yeah.
predictable? Because what did he have that the other people didn't have? In your
Virat
opinion?
Kohli.
Yeah, that's the answer I was looking for. That was the answer I
So
was
that
looking
is
for.
because there were people like Tom Moody and Mike Hessen who were part of the the
And
thing,
considering
and
considering two T20 World Cups coming up, those two have immense experience
T20 experience, exactly.
so
Especially Tom Moody, like he's done incredibly wherever he's gone.
yeah,
With the Sunrisers, with Sri Lanka, he's always been good.
yeah,
And Mike Hesson also with New Zealand, and I think, I don't know, was he with the Punjab team? I think he was with
yeah,
the Punjab
he
team,
was
right?
with the Punjab.
So I mean, Punjab didn't do that well, but I think with the New Zealand team he's done great things.
Yeah.
So it's very sad to see. But we did discuss this before, like when we were talking the other day, that Virat Kohli needs to be stripped of the captaincy if you want Ravi Shastri to go. That's the only way it's going to happen. There's no other possibility for
Yeah,
them, I
because the
guess.
thing is, at the end of the day, they're going to the team is going to suffer, right? If you're
Exactly.
gonna continue like, it's not his fault. Like as a captain, he's doing his job on the field. He's not doing that bad of a job. He's especially in Test matches, he gets he rotates the bowlers well. His field placements are decent. Yeah, he made mistakes in the past, but he's learning from that. But the thing is, if you're going to take responsibility of off the field issues as well, it's not going to work like that.
No.
So that's where, because again, Ravi Shastri, now he wants his coaching staff. Jonty Rhodes, the best fielder this game has ever witnessed, and they're not giving him the fielding coach position yet. Like they should have given it like without blinking an eye, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're thinking of not giving it to him. I think that's what I heard last. He might not even get it.
Yeah.
So
It's quite, yeah, it's interesting. I'm not very sure what the idea is behind this whole thing. I really hope they have a plan. I don't know, Sanjay Bangar, Bharat Arun. I mean, decent players, not very. I mean,
but
I
with the
don't want to. I
options you
don't
have, I don't. I think you have much better options than that.
exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to like shit on them because it's unfair.
Yeah,
It's. I mean, Sanjay Bangar, I don't remember a very significant innings of his ever.
exactly.
Bharat Arun, never heard of him till he was a coach of the
Yeah,
Indian cricket team,
yeah.
honestly.
Like you
So
don't have to
it's
be a great player to be a coach. I understand that,
correct.
but the thing is,
Yes.
you need results, right? Like,
Yeah.
what are these guys got which the previous management didn't get? It's the same thing. Like at least Kumble, like, what's the difference between Ravi Shastri and Kumble? They both like Kumble. You can say at least he reached the final. Ravi Shastri was out in the semi-final, but like that's not
Yeah.
like I wouldn't say that's why Kumble is better. No, that's not my reason. But I'm just saying how was Kumble sacked and this guy not sacked after
Yeah.
like the after what happened in the World Cup?
Yeah, it's very surprising to see. I just feel like Virat Kohli has too much of a say right now, and that needs to stop. It's not. We are at a very good position. Like, okay, we individually, I think we have the best bowling, we have the best batting, we have the best fielding individually. We're not performing as a team, and that's the job of the coach. That's plain and simple. And the only way that's gonna happen is when someone strips off the powers that Virat Kohli has right now. That's the only
Yeah,
way this is gonna
yeah,
change.
because I think on the field, India is probably one of the most professional units right now
Yeah, exactly.
in all formats. But the problem is that when you're making these selection issues and if the captain's running everything, then it's very difficult. Because then there will be conflicts, there will be problems with Rohit Sharma, there will be problems with other thing because he has too much power,
Correct.
right? And
Yeah.
he's not focusing on what he has to do on the thing. Like what happened in the semi-final, Dhoni, whose call was it? We don't even know till now. Whose call
Yeah.
was it for Dhoni to come so low down the order,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you that's where the coach needs to come in, like, and he has to have at least in team selection, at least in the outside strategy, how you're going to make the lineup and what you're going to bowl, which lines to bowl, what are you going to do in the first 10 overs. At least the coach needs to have a say in that, and I don't think he's
Agreed.
having a say right now.
Absolutely, and it's quite sad. I mean, I don't know how it's going to change. I don't know what. I don't know if they need a tournament where they get knocked out in the first round to have like radical changes. It's unfortunate that it has to go down to that for us to make that change, and if we can't see it, I don't know if you saw that during the Sehwag interview, he's asking Anil Kumble to be the chairman of selectors. I think that's a very smart move,
Yeah.
but but he also said that they need to increase the pay. So
Yeah.
it's like I think something radical needs to happen because if it continues like this, we'll continue to make semifinals and finals and still lose. Like we will never be able to be the world beaters that Australia were for like a decade or so,
Yeah.
where they were winning everything. If we
Yeah.
want to win everything, we have to be a little bit more ruthless, I think.
Yeah, because I don't
So
see anything like I understand you won 2-3 away series ODIs, which like in New Zealand, in Australia, They did well in England, but they lost. But then if you look at the Test series in South Africa, England, you lost that. Australia, you won it, but you have to remember there's no Steve Smith and David Warner. And
Yeah.
look what Steve Smith is doing right now in India.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the World Cup, you reached the semi-finals. Before that, I think Ravi Shastri was the coach when they were in the T20 in 2016. They reached the semi-finals and they lost.
Yeah.
He was the coach even in he was the manager in 2015 when they lost in the semi-finals again. So you need
Semi-finals.
results, right? At the end of the day, you have to give somebody another shot who can at least to try and get that silverware. I'm not saying they're not trying, but if you're not getting the results, then you have to move on like you did with Kumble.
In a country that has people like Kumble, Rahul Dravid, Saurav Ganguly,
Yeah.
you're asking Ravi Shastri, who honestly, like, okay, he's been a good cricketer. He's a World Cup winner, yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
I think he
But
also gives the players good motivation. I think in terms of
Yes,
he's a good
yes,
motivator.
yes,
But the
yes.
thing is, now it's come to a stage where you have to take an amazing team into a world-beating team, like a
world-beating team.
So to do that, you have to be very, very like accurate. You need to be on the ball. I think that's what he's missing. I don't think he's the worst coach. He's done a decent job. He knows the cricket. He's been commentating on cricket for years, so he's been watching the game. He knows which batsman, which bowler, what to say to who. But you have to take it another notch above when you're the Indian, especially with the talent India has right now.
Yeah, and if I'm being very rude right now, I think he's a better commentator than he's a coach. His commentary when Dhoni hit that sixer,
Yeah.
or when Yuvraj Singh's six sixes, it's quite good. Yeah,
Yeah.
do what you're good at. Just
Yeah.
stay to commentary. Let someone like a Anil Kumble or a Rahul Dravid take care of the coaching.
Yeah, but
aspect
then
of
the
things.
problem is that, like we said, the problem is if somebody like Anil Kumble comes, then Virat Kohli won't be captain, right? Because they're not going to work together. So
That's the thing. Yeah.
That's the thing. So
It's-
either it's going to be losses or Virat Kohli resigns as captain or something like that. Because I don't see Ravi Shastri moving from that position as long as the team performs like this.
There are a couple of strong-headed people who already had issues. Like it started off with Ashwin, but it kind of subsided quickly. But now with Rohit Sharma, also, I mean, these strong-headed people are good cricketers.
Yeah.
They're not gonna get away so easily. Like
You're saying that they also have an issue with the coach.
for sure. I mean, why would the news like that get leaked out so easily? I mean,
Yeah.
Ashwin, Ashwin was the fun of the first one, so maybe like no one really took that much notice into it. But now with Rohit Sharma, he hasn't come out and said no, I love Virat Kohli.
Yeah.
He said I love the Indian cricket team,
Yeah.
and that's what he's doing. So I mean, I'm not trying to speculate or anything, but I think honestly there's something that's going on that we don't know about, obviously.
Yeah.
But that something needs to change. It's just sad to see that we have the potential to be world beaters. We have the potential to win the next 3 World Cups.
Yeah.
Like Australia did, 99, 2003, 2007.
But it's about converting that, right? From
Exactly,
potential
and that's what I'm
results.
saying. And that's the only way that's going to happen is when you have a good coach to be able to
Yeah, the
make
thing
those
is,
steps.
if it was New Zealand lost the World Cup, I'd say that's unlucky, right? Like the way
Right.
they lost the World Cup. But the
Yeah.
thing is, India, there are errors you saw there. Like the middle order was a problem.
Number 4, we've been talking about this
yeah.
for 3 years now. It's crazy.
That was the problem. Some of the shots played, Dhoni's approach. These are issues which could be handled by the management and the coach, like from
Exactly.
before, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's not like if they lost like they did against New Zealand, I wouldn't ever sack the coach, right? Like I wouldn't if the current New Zealand coach, I would have never sacked him, or I never from that performance. But India, there are proper issues going on, so and they were not addressed from before such a big tournament. That's the issue we have.
Big problem for sure, and something needs to be done about it. I just don't know what, but
Yeah,
something
because you lost 2 away series as well, right? Which you at least you did compete, but against England 4-1 is a big margin for me. If you're trying to be the best team in the world, 4-1 is a big margin. Look at Australia. And speaking of Australia, have you been following the Ashes?
Of course, man. So let's start with this. Let's start with the first Test match, right?
Yeah.
What an amazing comeback by
Yeah.
Australia. I am in awe of Steve Smith. I am literally in awe of him. Like to come
Is
back
he the best
with
Test
have
batsman
that.
in the world for you?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so, especially after that performance. Oh my god!
I think so
like,
as well. But currently, he is the best Test batsman.
Best Test batsman. I mean, I think there's a Fab Four, right? I think we have Smith, we have Virat, we have Joe Root, and we have Kane Williamson. I think over 3 formats, I think Virat, but I think Tests for sure Steve Smith.
So was the only way to get him out the way Jofra Archer did it, bang it on the helmet?
So sad that he wasn't making like it's. I mean, it looked nasty,
Yeah.
very nasty, like right
Yeah,
on the
like
neck over here.
as
Like
long
yeah,
at least he's okay.
yeah.
Like
That's
people were
that's what's
scared it
most
could have been
important. Yeah.
worse. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That was hard to see, but probably the only way to get him out, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
even Jofra Archer with his form wasn't able to get him out.
yeah.
But story of like, I cannot believe how good Jofra Archer is. I really hope that England uh, take care of him nicely. Like, he should be wrapped in cotton wool, like they did, like Australia are doing
With Mitchell
with
Stark.
Stark, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
So
you
he has to
think
be taken care of him.
yeah, like for sure, because there's a lot of talk about him not being a test bowler. He's a limited overs bowler. He's going to get injured. But so far he's bowling fourth
Six
and fifth
wickets
spells,
today.
and like in the first, yeah, 6 wickets today, and he's coming
Yeah.
back in his last, like today I think his third or fourth spell. He came and took those 4 wickets. So it's not like
Yeah.
he's getting tired, is he?
I think what they played 62 overs today. I think
Yeah,
the
62,
India
63. Yeah.
out of which he bowled 18 overs.
Hmm.
So they used five bowlers,
Yeah.
five times five. So everyone else bowled I think 12 overs. So he's bowled a good 5-6 more than the others.
Yeah.
So
I heard like
he
I heard Shoaib Akhtar say like he might be injury prone because of his action, but to me I don't like he knows better than me. But to me
yeah
his action is pretty smooth.
yeah it's
So
actually pretty clean.
so
Yeah,
he might get injured. Like but if you're bowling at that pace, anyone can get injured, right?
everyone's gonna get
But if
injured,
you
and
look at
that's what I'm saying.
yeah
They have to think about it. They have to, okay, fine. You get a victory out of them, get him out.
yeah
Like he has to be given enough
enough
rest to be
breathing
able to
space, yeah,
recoup.
because
Yeah,
he's
recoup.
reminding us of the glory days, like the
Absolutely,
Curtly
like
Ambrose days, like
literally, like yeah.
uh,
I was wondering, like, I want to go back and see if there's a stat available as to how much the West Indian fast bowlers got injured. Probably didn't play that much cricket, but
That's the difference, right? Joff Archer is playing IPL, he's playing Big Bash, he's playing World
correct,
Cup, he's
correct.
playing
Yeah,
T20s, one days for England as well. So that's the big difference. Michael Holding said this before. He said if you want to, the reason why fast bowling has declined in the last 10 years is because of the T20 and the rapid and the lack of rest between series, right? Either you have international matches or you have domestic tournaments. So that's a big issue, and that's where I
yeah.
think he needs to rest. If England want his future to like prolong, he needs to. I don't think he should play these T20 tournaments.
Yeah, I think if you want two more World Cups out of him, you need to really be very careful with him. Like, and we've seen so many such great talents get really messed up so quickly. Like, I mean I say Ishant Sharma,
Yeah,
although not as great as him, but I always thought Ishant Sharma was one of the best bowlers when I saw
yeah,
that 2008 against Ricky Ponting. Oh
yeah,
my God, one of the most fiery spells I've seen, and it's just one of those kind of spells. I mean, in fact, a little bit better for sure,
yeah,
but. If he's gonna go the Ishant Sharma route, it's gonna be such a sad
yeah,
end to what could have been. Like, he had such an amazing beginning. I mean, from almost not being selected to winning the World Cup and now performing so well in the Ashes.
yeah.
I really hope he has a good future in front of him.
If you notice something about him, in the first game in Lords, he was bowling 95, 96 clicks. Miles per hour, and he was like bouncing them out. He was hitting them in the helmet. He was bowling really quick. Today, he bowled like there were a
Line
few
and
quick
length.
balls, but he bowled more line and length. He used
Yeah,
swing, right? He was swinging the ball like so. He's very smart in that way. He doesn't get
yeah,
carried away with pace, so that means he has a good head on his shoulders.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so just about the team, like you said, wrapping him in cotton wool and how they take care of him. But he himself has a good head on his shoulders. Like right now,
yeah.
it's very early to say, but this guy will probably get like 300-400 wickets, and he'll probably be the best bowler if he is fit. Because the way
Fit
he's
all throughout.
bowling now, even like Steve Smith is the best batsman right now in the world, right?
Yeah,
So to
yeah.
even hit him on the head is a very
Yeah,
like a
it's,
difficult
it's
thing,
quite,
right?
yeah. It
So
must have been. What was the speed on the ball that
I
hit
don't
him
know
on the head?
exactly that ball, but I remember he bowled 196 miles per hour. That was his fastest ball in that Test match. So and he
96
hit,
miles per hour is
yeah.
so fast. Crazy.
So,
That's crazy.
like, I think, what do you think about this Test match? England are favorites. They should win it without Smith there.
Yeah, 179 all out. I think unless rain plays a spoil sport like it happened last time.
Yeah.
But I think they need almost 2 full days to get rained out for them to be able to survive. 179 all out. I think they come out, play 2 good days of cricket, get that 300-350 score. I think they're gonna win it quite easily. I
And if
think.
Smith is back, then it'll become more interesting, I guess, right?
Yeah, but
Otherwise,
who will you remove for Smith when
yeah,
Smith's back?
it'll be Travis Head. It won't be Lavishani.
Yeah, Laoshan is obviously
Because
he's obviously
if you look
like
at it, I wouldn't say the same effect, but he's had a very similar effect to Steve
solid
Smith.
effect.
Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, Smith converted into hundreds, but today he scored around 80 odd, right?
Yeah, 70, I think. Yeah, but sad way to get out too. Like he just missed it completely.
Yeah, he
It's
missed
quite
it
unfortunate.
completely,
Yeah,
but he didn't do like as a Smith's replacement. It wasn't that bad of a job. He did a pretty good job. So
and quite outstanding. And would you remove Travis Head? I'm gonna like get. This is a thought, right? Tim Payne hasn't performed at all. Although he's a captain of the Australian
that's the
team, but
problem, right?
he hasn't performed at
If
all.
you can
Like
sack the captain, I
zero.
would do it, but I don't think they will.
You can. It's too soon.
If you
Yeah, I
sack the
think.
captain, that'll cause 10, 15 other problems. Like, but yeah,
Yeah,
when the
and I
when Ashes on the line, you could do it, but it'll cause a lot of problems.
yeah, because Wade can keep,
Who will captain
and
then?
that's the thing. Smith might have to captain
Yeah,
suddenly out of the blue.
he's not
It's
allowed to
hard. It's
captain.
hard.
He's not allowed to
Oh
captain.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's also true. So never mind. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's
So yeah,
difficult.
babe.
Like I understand where you're coming from, but I just don't see that happening.
It's probably not gonna happen. That's
Yeah,
right. Never
because
mind.
Labuschagne is actually he's playing good. I agree with you. I don't think you can drop him after this
It's got
performance.
to be Head, no, unfortunately, because Wade scored a century, so he's gonna have to stay.
Yeah,
So
and you don't see Pat Cummins and Patterson ripping into them the England lineup early on 3-4 wickets.
I think England's doing well batting wise. I mean, I guess Jason Roy is gonna go early too quickly
Yeah,
because I don't think he's a test batsman, to
but
be
if
very
you look
honest
at
with
Joe
you.
Root, Josh Butler, and Jason Roy, three players are struggling. The good thing is Stokes is in form. Burns is a
Yeah,
very solid batsman. But
yeah,
apart
yeah,
from that, there are gaps there where Australia can exploit. I know there's only 170 on the board, and but if it stays like these overhead conditions like today, then there's always a chance.
yeah. There's definitely a chance. I mean, it's the Ashes. If pressure gets to you, things like that happen all the time. But I think 179 is too little. Like if they get like 120 runs lead on the board, I think they
Yeah.
are solid favorites for sure.
Yeah, if you noticed one thing, the collapse today was completely opposite to the first test match. First test match, they went from 122 for 8 to 280, and then today they went for
Yeah.
130 for 2 to 170 all out. So it's complete. There's a Smith effect.
Steve Smith.
Yeah,
Steve
it's the
Smith.
Steve Smith effect. And
Yeah, it's quite
yeah,
sad.
and last on India, the 200 for 6, Rishabh Pant and Jadeja batting. How much would you like them to score? The
I
total.
think 270, 280. I don't know if that's going to be possible because Rishabh Pant is susceptible to a rash shot
Yeah.
all the time. Unfortunately, Jaddu is also one of those guys who's probably going to be like he's going to score. If he scores, he's going to score you quick fire 50, but he's not going to be one to stick around too long. I think.
Yeah.
So maybe a few shots from both of them, and we get that 250 past that 250. I think we'll be okay. I think Ishant Sharma, Shami, Bumrah. I think we have enough pace attack to trouble them.
Yeah, as long as the pitch doesn't flatten out. But if
Flatten
you,
out suddenly. It's
yeah,
like
if you notice, the West Indies they've changed their pitches after 2017. Now
yeah,
it's
it's
getting
all
that,
fast.
yeah, it's getting like the old Caribbean calypso magic type. But before it was really slow the last time India toured there. So it's a
Yeah.
good challenge. It's not going to be as easy as before.
No, absolutely not. It's going to be very hard. It's gonna be interesting. I think we'll be okay. I think we won't have too much trouble because West Indies batting. I'm not. They've had decent batsmen, but I don't think they have the kind of. I mean, I don't want to sound like one of those who's like,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Suddenly, tomorrow 350, they're scoring 350
Yeah.
runs, whatever. But
But that's
let's
the
see. I
thing.
think we'll be.
I feel they have one innings on them, but like consistently hitting, it might be
Yeah,
difficult.
they
But
might not be
they
able to.
beat
Yep.
England like 2-1, so it is possible. Like
Oh yeah.
so, let's see how it goes, and we'll catch up very soon and for the next episode, and we'll discuss whatever happens in the next few days. Then,
Sounds good.
thank you so
Great.
much, and we'll talk soon.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
All right, that's it
All right.
for today on Down the Track, and Don, it's a pleasure having you, and we'll speak very soon.
Okay.
Take
Thanks.
care.
Bye.
Bye.